Ever dreamed of a Panigale with Lamborghini flair? You're in the right place, because today we're diving into the 2026 Ducati Panigale V4 Lambo Edition First Look. This brand new collaboration unites the racing heritage of Ducati and the supercar pedigree of Lamborghini under a single jaw-dropping machine. Stick around to see how this Italian masterpiece blends cutting-edge MotoGP tech with exotic styling, and learn why it's stirring up a frenzy among two-wheel enthusiasts. Ducati and Lamborghini share a storied legacy in Italian motoring, both owned by the Volkswagen Group. Ducati began shaping motorcycle racing culture in the 1950s with its high-revving small-capacity sport bikes. Lamborghini, famed for iconic sports cars like the Moira and Countach, introduced a wild design language that changed the exotic car scene forever. Over the years, collaborations between these two brands have made waves. One notable example was the 2023 Ducati Street Fighter V4 Lamborghini, inspired by the Lamborghini Huracan STO. That limited edition run featured distinctive bodywork, a special livery, and performance tweaks that merged the primal grunt of a superbike with the design cues of a raging bull. It set the stage for bigger, bolder experiments. Now, with the 2026 Panigale V4 Lambo Edition, this partnership looks poised to top anything we've seen before. There's no shortage of hype. Rumors and teaser images floating around the internet hint at track-oriented features, radical aerodynamic elements, and a head-turning color scheme reminiscent of Lamborghini's flamboyant style. The Panigale lineage itself, starting with the 1199 in 2012 and evolving to the current V4 platform, has already set numerous lap records across the globe. Add Lamborghini's dramatic flair to that proven foundation, and you have a recipe for a truly exclusive superbike. At the heart of any Ducati Panigale V4 lies the Desmodesi Stradale engine, derived from Ducati's MotoGP machinery. While official figures for the Lambo edition are yet to be publicly verified, expect power output close to or even slightly above the standard Panigale V4's 215 horsepower. Ducati has always pushed the limits of performance, and if history repeats itself, we might see a small torque boost and refined throttle mapping specific to this edition. Rival brands like Kawasaki's Ninja H2 and BMW's M1000RR also operate in the 200-plus horsepower stratosphere. However, Ducati's hallmark is torque delivery and mid-range punch, often making it more tractable on twisty roads and racetracks. That sweet balance between horsepower and torque has been key to Panigale's success. If the Lambo edition stays true to Ducati's racing pedigree, riders can look forward to staggering acceleration, advanced desmodromic valve timing, and a wide power band that remains smooth yet ferocious. However, high horsepower machines can be intimidating for less experienced riders, and the cost of ownership, regular valve checks, and pricey servicing might be off-putting. But if you're in the market for an exotic Italian superbike, you're probably ready for those premium maintenance bills. If you're enjoying this video so far, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Over 98% of you watching these videos don't subscribe. Thanks for your continued support. Superbikes are as much about form as they are function, and the Lambo edition is rumored to take inspiration from Lamborghini's current design language. Think razor-sharp lines, large air intakes reminiscent of the Aventador or the new Revuelto, and a paint scheme that likely pairs Lamborghini's signature vibrant hues with Ducati's racing red. Expect carbon fiber body panels, sculpted fairings with integrated winglets, and specially crafted forged wheels echoing Lamborghini rims. Previous Ducati-Lamborghini collaborations have shown that the emphasis on unique aesthetic cues can go beyond mere color schemes. We may see subtle modifications to the headlight shape, additional aerodynamic winglets, or specialized exhaust tips that mirror Lamborghini's angular tailpipes. Owners can revel in exclusive paint finishes and bodywork that ensure this bike stands out even in the rarefied circle of high-end sport motorcycles. It's a rolling piece of art that could spark conversations in any garage or track paddock. On the other hand, exotic materials and complex aerodynamic elements often mean replacement parts can be costly and harder to source. The unique paint might also be more challenging to repair if you pick up scrapes or dings. Ducati's commitment to track-focused geometry hasn't wavered since it launched the original Panigale series. The 2026 Lambo edition is expected to utilize the same stressed member engine design with a lightweight aluminum front frame that ensures agile handling. Given Lamborghini's influence, you might find specialized Öhlins suspension or even an electronically adjustable system borrowed from Ducati's top-tier models like the Panigale V4S. This synergy aims to deliver race-level precision on the track, while still offering just enough compliance for spirited street rides. If you've ridden a previous Panigale V4, you know Ducati's stability at lean is exceptional. The front-end feel, especially under heavy braking, often gives riders a big confidence boost. When you toss in limited edition Lamborghini-inspired geometry tweaks, like possibly a slightly more aggressive steering rake or new triple clamp design, this might become one of the sharpest handling superbikes available. A track-tuned chassis, high-spec suspension, and advanced steering geometry should equate to top-tier corner carving and stability. Although, comfort on rough roads might suffer. Ultra-stiff chassis setups that shine on racetracks can be punishing on less than perfect pavement. Middle-aged weekend riders may find it taxing to do extended journeys without pausing to stretch. Ducati has been at the forefront of motorcycle electronics for years, incorporating technology like cornering ABS, traction control, and slide control refined from MotoGP. Expect the Lambo edition to house the latest iteration of the Ducati electronics suite, possibly with extra features or bespoke calibrations that suit its exotic status. Wheelie control, engine brake control, and a 6-axis IMU typically come standard on Panigale V4 variants. With the Lambo edition, there might be a unique track mode setting that remaps power delivery and traction thresholds to match the high-spec components. Lamborghini's influence could also bring new smartphone connectivity features or custom dash layouts that mimic a supercar instrument cluster. Cutting-edge electronics can inspire rider confidence, especially at high speeds, and can help tame the raw power these bikes produce. That being said, more electronics means more complexity. Diagnostic checks or updates often require specialized tools and dealership visits, which can be both time-consuming and expensive. Furthermore, some argue that relying too heavily on electronic aids reduces the raw connection between rider and machine. Ducati's track record in both World Superbike and MotoGP sets the benchmark for any new superbike. The Panigale V4 platform has claimed numerous victories worldwide. By harnessing Lamborghini's flair for extreme performance tweaks, the Lambo edition could be a serious weapon on the track. Think upgraded Brembo Stelema R calipers, carbon ceramic brake discs, an area Lamborghini has innovated extensively into supercars, and state-of-the-art aerodynamic solutions that reduce drag while boosting downforce. Even if you only plan occasional track days, having a machine that can exceed your skill level can be thrilling. With rumored revised gear ratios, a quick shifter optimized for track use, and top-shelf tires like Pirelli Diablo Supercorsa SPs tailored to match Lamborghini's design aesthetic, this edition aims to rewrite lap times. However, it'll face fierce competition from the likes of the Aprilia RSV4 factory and the aforementioned BMW M1000RR, both of which remain formidable on the circuit. Its dedication to track performance will reward experienced riders, offering an exhilarating experience that few bikes in this class can match. On the other side of the coin, while advanced, such a track-centric approach may limit comfort and versatility on everyday roads. You might need a secondary bike if your riding involves daily commutes or longer touring adventures. Superbikes are not typically praised for comfort, and the Panigale line is no exception. Ducati has tried to mitigate rider fatigue over the years, particularly with seat cushioning improvements and subtle ergonomic tweaks. For the Lambo edition, insiders suggest slightly revised seat foam density and possibly narrower tank contours to give better grip with your knees. Still, the forward-leaning posture will demand a certain degree of core strength and flexibility. Don't expect a cushy ride. This remains an all-out superbike. Riders stepping up from more relaxed sport touring models may find the Panigale's stance quite aggressive, especially for extended rides. Ducati's incremental improvements to comfort can make short rides or track days more bearable, and the seat modifications could slightly lessen tailbone pressure. That being said, a superbike's primary mission is performance. If you're looking for all-day comfort, you might be better served by a sport tourer like the Ducati Supersport or even the Multistrada series. Back in the 70s, Ducati's 750 Supersport made waves by proving that a V-twin could dominate in endurance racing. Meanwhile, Lamborghini has reshaped automotive culture with exotic designs like the Countach. Their union over the years has symbolized the pinnacle of Italian engineering, two powerhouses pushing boundaries in their respective arenas. The Panigale V4 Lambo edition is significant because it transcends the typical brand collaboration. It's not just a badge slapped onto a motorcycle, it's a confluence of advanced motorcycle racing tech and supercar-inspired design. This synergy may influence how future bikes incorporate design cues from high-end automotive manufacturers. Similar cross-brand projects, like Aston Martin's work with Brough Superior or Mercedes-AMG's brief involvement with MV Agusta, highlight a growing trend where luxury car makers team up with established motorcycle brands to reach new audiences and share engineering prowess. Such collaborations spark excitement in the motorcycle world, blend artistic vision with performance, and often push the envelope of what's technologically possible. On the other hand, some might complain that brand tie-ins can sometimes feel more like marketing tactics than genuine innovation. Additionally, exclusivity can drive up the price, placing these machines out of reach for most enthusiasts. Ducati is known for releasing ultra-exclusive variants with small production runs, and the Lambo edition likely continues that trend. Expect a limited number of units, possibly even fewer than the 630 Street Fighter V4 Lamborghini units, to maintain exclusivity. With a price tag rumored to surpass the Panigale V4R's range, this bike is not for the faint of heart, or wallet. High-end limited editions attract collectors worldwide. If the Lambo edition ends up with a production run under 500, it'll join a rarefied club of bikes that appreciate in value over time. On the other hand, the question remains, how many owners will ride these bikes to their full potential rather than just park them as investment pieces? Owning such a rare machine ensures you have something truly special that could become a future collectible. Retail value often stays robust for limited edition Ducatis, but elevated costs might make this masterpiece an unattainable dream for many. Also, spares could be scarce, and insurance premiums can soar with exclusivity. The 2026 Ducati Panigale V4 Lambo Edition represents more than just a motorcycle. It's a statement piece in the world of high-performance engineering. By merging Ducati's storied racing DNA with Lamborghini's flair for the dramatic, this limited release could set new standards for style, speed, and exclusivity. Sure, it's not the most practical machine for everyday commuting. Sure, it'll likely carry a price tag that places it beyond the reach of many, but none of that detracts from its purpose: to celebrate Italian motorsport artistry in an era where technology continues to redefine the boundaries of two-wheeled performance. For those who want a visceral, high-adrenaline experience and value the craftsmanship that goes into a machine built by two of Italy's most revered motoring brands, this might be the ultimate superbike. Whether you're a collector or a dedicated track enthusiast, there's no denying the allure of owning a piece of history that also pushes the bleeding edge of superbike design. And if you can afford it, few rides will look, sound, or feel quite like this one. The 2026 Ducati Panigale V4 Lambo Edition is one heck of a motorcycle, combining blistering speed, aggressive styling, and true exclusivity. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more authoritative bike news, in-depth product breakdowns, and a friendly, no-nonsense chat about the world of motorcycling, hit that subscribe button. Hope you enjoyed this first look and that it's fueling your passion for all things two wheels. Stay safe, ride smart, and keep the rubber side down. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.